passengers are coming up. They have 2 scooters. Look at the scooters they have.
Go ahead, do it quick.
Go.
Thank you. I'm so glad to see you. Amy. got off the ship early.
Oh yeah, it was. Theirs is different. It's quick. So he was already here.
You're not really allowed to wait here.
Right here.
At least
Okay.
maybe they don't let me wait here. Looks like they let these people wait here.
And we see.
When they see me, they tell me to go around, and every time I go around, I got to pay. So I wait in downtown Miami until the passengers tell me they're ready, and then I come in.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a very clicky thing over here in Miami.
Sure.
So I don't know how those guys get away with just waiting. Like these guys just waiting, and I can't wait. You know, I have to.
I don't understand it.
Yeah. So
The same things.
yeah, but this guy's chases everybody away. But this guy right here, he has his favorites.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody going.
And they got all these black vans just here holding
Yeah,
up
I don't
spots.
know what it is. I don't know why, but you know, it's a very Spanish thing down here too.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know, some of the guys don't even speak English. Like this guy doesn't even speak English right here. Yeah.
He just want to swallow.
Yeah.
That's the way.
He's making sure that you don't crash. Anything interesting happen on the ship?
Oh no.
You went to all the port of calls. No, nothing got canceled.
Oh no. Beautiful ship.
Yeah, it's the best ship in the world.
What's the best ship in the world?
I think that one is. But I think the Wonder is in Orlando, and I think that's coming here. I don't know which one's better though, Wonder or the Icon. I think they're very, very similar, but there's probably different things inside. As far as the ship size, they're probably the same size, but there's obviously different things going on each ship.
Oh,
But that hasn't been here yet, the Wonder of the Seas.
Wonder?
It's been to Fort Lauderdale once or twice, but it has never been to Miami.
Oh, okay. Child, we would have still been trying to get off Cardiff.
People will be getting off that ship till 10 o'clock. Yeah, and then people start getting on at 10:30.
Oh, wow, dang.
Did you guys go right on when I dropped you off?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. How long were you on that ship? Was it a week?
Yes, a week.
You say too long? I never hear that. I hear too short when it's 3 days or maybe 4. Some people say it takes 2 days just to learn the ship.
Yeah, it is.
Why are you saying too long?
7 days.
So you must have not liked it then.
It was okay, but I'm just saying,
What are you saying? Say it.
I'm saying that when you be 2 days at sea, just going in circles. So
So you're all about getting off the ship.
Yeah, I'm all about doing something.
Well, that's supposedly the ship that has so much going on because it's so big.
Yeah,
If you can't be preoccupied on that ship for 2 days.
But I'm not a kid. That's what the kids have fun. You know, kids have fun. They got a lot of stuff for the kids.
And you must not gamble.
Oh, she was there.
You gamble?
She was there.
I was there.
All right. Well, then the casino's been open. When you're at sea, the casino's open. What about the shows? What about the nightclub? You didn't like that?
Nightclub, yeah, I just to the nightclub. They played a lot of Spanish music.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. You're right about that. Yeah.
The ship is pretty. It's gorgeous now.
No, it's brand new. That ship's like a couple of years old. Yeah.
No, it's this. It came out this year, January.
Was it this year?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it takes them 10 years to build these ships. So look at them. I mean, they're unbelievable.
The ship is immaculate. It's real pretty.
Yeah.
They need a little bit more customer service, hospitality, but other than that, that was nice. I can't complain. It was nice. Nice little vacation.
Do you guys go on a lot of ships?
Yeah.
Well, that's why. You see how because you listen. 90% of the people I pick up are tourists.
Oh,
You're
okay.
not tourists. I can tell. I can tell. A tourist will never say, "Damn, that cruise was too long." A tourist will never say, "Man, they need to step up their customer service."
Right.
A tourist will never say, hey, what's up with that peel and eat shrimp? I was expecting shrimp cocktail. A tourist will never say that. But when you're local in Miami-Dade or just Broward and you go on ships a couple of times, you know, then you realize there is a big difference.
Exactly. That's our first time over in Caribbean. My first time over in Caribbean.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying. A tourist never complains about it. They think it's the most amazing thing in the world.
Right.
I mean, they just think there's nothing, you know.
Nothing better.
Yeah, nothing better, right? But so it's interesting hearing you say it's too long. I don't know if I've ever heard somebody say, man, that cruise was too long. 7 days.
Maybe they would have some TV shows out like that.
Hey, people dream about going on 7-day
Yeah,
cruises.
I like
They
it,
just
man.
can't afford it.
Yep.
That's the most expensive cruise.
It is.
Jeez. So it must have been, I say it's what, about $200 a day, if I can guess about how much that cruise costs. So if you went for 7 days, and I'm guessing it's about $1,400 a person. Is that about right?
It was more. It was about
It was-
$3,000 a person.
3,700.
All right, so since that's the biggest and best ship, then you're looking at let me see, what 250. Well, it wouldn't be. It would be 300 a day then. Seven times 3 is 21.
Yeah.
How much did you pay?
3,000.
So it's
That's
4. It's 400 a day.
Yes.
Wow. Prices went up.
And remember, that's
'Cause I know-
that was a Christmas trip, the holiday cruise.
That's probably why too. Okay, my bad. That's why too. Yeah, because when you go on like Carnival Horizon and not Horizon, if you go on like Carnival Sunrise or Carnival Conquest, it's like $140 a day or something.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you're right. Anytime you go on the holidays, Valentine's
more.
Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's more, of course. Yeah.
Oh, they're making this an off ramp right here.
What?
Off ramp right there.
Child,
They're gonna knock down all this in here.
Wow.
They're knocking all that down, yeah. Liberty City and it's all gonna be gone, and downtown Miami is all getting knocked down. You said turn the AC down?
No, I said they gave projects got ACs now.
Oh, the project.
Yeah, yeah. But one thing about Royal Caribbean is you're not going to have the problems that you have on a Carnival ship too,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was something in the news a couple of days ago. I don't know if you heard about it because you were on the ship, but of a drunk passenger kicking down a door on a Carnival ship. Yeah, and they showed this big dude with no shirt on. Somebody was videotaping him, and he was kicking the door. So something happened. He got drunk, and he couldn't get in his room, and it wasn't even the right room he was kicking.
Oh, my
and then they
God.
called security, and then they tased him, all on the cruise ship. Yeah, it was on the Carnival ship. Yeah. So when I say anything interesting happening, I love stories like that. Yeah, there was a guy, they had to tase a guy because in the middle of the night he was kicking the door that wasn't his.
That wasn't
He
it.
thought his wife or his girlfriend wasn't letting him in, but he was kicking the wrong door, banging on the wrong door, and those people in the cabin were scared to answer him.
Right.
They just said, let me shut up and hopefully he goes away.
Right.
They should have said, hey, it's your wrong room.
Exactly.
But they didn't say nothing, they were scared, and he basically almost broke the door down before the security came and tased him.
He had the wrong, because he had the wrong room.
He had the wrong room and he was drunk and he didn't have his shirt on, he was all sloppy and tripping, and there's a video of it online. Yeah. That was a good story. Fighting at the pool, Carnival, you know, people wake up in the morning and they go to the pool and they put their towel and their baseball hat and their sunglasses on the
chair.
the beach chair right where the barbecue station is or something.
Yeah.
And then they come back at 11 o'clock and their stuff's gone.
Yeah.
And then they freak out when there's somebody sitting there, and they might not have been the one to take it.
That's true.
It could have been just the
They
people.
tell you,
They take
towels
remember saying you cannot hold seats.
But not everybody listens.
Exactly.
So there are people that are doing that on Carnival all the time, and then there's always fighting by the pool because they'll put it in the lost and found, and this person will think that the person
Somebody
that's
stole
sitting
it.
there stole it
Yeah.
or moved it, and he'll say something to him, He'll say, hey man, you can't save seats, go ahead on. And that'll be that. They're fighting right there by the pool. That, I would say that happens more at Carnival.
Inbound.
Getting off was smooth. That was smooth. Takes me up there.
Yeah, you got off early. Really, you were one of the first, probably the first 500 people off.
Yeah.
Because getting off before, you got off around 8 o'clock. It's like I told you, around 8, a little after 8. That's as soon as it gets. And I'm glad you guys came out and I'm glad one of you pointed at me and said, hey, I'm here. Because he was telling me to move.
That's what I'm like.
I was
here right here.
Yeah, I pulled
He was
in,
gonna go around.
and he would say, Poppy, you got to go around, Poppy. Poppy, you got to go around.
No.
And I said, no, my passenger's ready. Bro, you got to go around, man. You can't stay.
Oh,
And
that's
then as I'm like, listen, give me 1 second, that's when you pulled up and you went like this. And he said, hurry up, man. Just go ahead.
Now you got to be rushed.
Yeah, he's like that. And he knows me. I'm here almost every day. He knows me.
Oh, wow.
But it's just for some reason, he's got his people that he
The black vans.
Yeah, well, it's not just the black vans. He just got his people, and then he's got people that aren't his people, and I'm not his
You
people.
get off on 95th.
Yeah, I'm not his people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're not the chosen one.
Is that you don't speak Spanish?
yeah, and I'm not looking to get friendly with nobody either.
Exactly. Just doing your job.
Yeah, just doing my job. And most of the time, that's why I have to wait in Bayside, and I wait for someone to call me, and I come in. And even then, the only problem is Terminal A because of the way that situation is. Any other terminal, it's easy, and there's nobody telling you what to do. But in that terminal, it's that guy always telling you what to do and telling you what you can't do. So that's the hardest. That's the hardest terminal to pick up, especially when Icon is there, because you can see he's drank an extra cup of coffee that morning. He's ready for those, 10,000 people, whatever it is, going on and off that ship every day. It's probably more than 10,000 because the crew and everybody are getting off too.
Yeah.
So you're looking at, and you can't, unlike some of the other terminals, you can't walk out of Terminal A. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk off that ship. You have to get into a vehicle.
Oh,
So
okay,
some
I
of the
see
other
what
terminals you can walk
You can
over
walk
the
over.
bridge. There's a cafe across the street, Terminal
okay.
F where Carnival is.
Yeah.
That ship, there's nowhere to walk. So everyone that's getting off that
You
ship
have to get in the car.
and everyone that's getting to that ship is getting on and off, in and out of a car. So that's and it's a new terminal that's not really built well. It doesn't have a lot of, see how much room it was.
Yeah.
There was only one lane to get
Yeah.
out of there, right? And I almost hit them because they were walking. You see,
Yeah.
I almost hit the car next to me because they were walking in the lane for me not to get out. Yeah. So that terminal was built wrong because that's a Royal Caribbean terminal. They wound up making that building so beautiful and big, right?
They didn't make
But
it-
look, they didn't put a lot of street space,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
But I'm sure the terminal itself is beautiful. It's nice and big.
It's nice and big.
It is beautiful, yeah. But they didn't make enough room for the roads. So obviously, when Icon is there, he's very he's on his point by making sure that lane stays clean. Even though somebody's there doing what they're supposed to be doing, picking up people, he's rushing you out of the way, thinking that you're maybe bullshitting them. So if you didn't come out, he would have thought I was. And I never bullshitted him. Never once. Every time I'm in there, I'm ready to pick somebody up. He knows who I am. He knows the vans.
Just want to be an
But hey, I'm glad it worked out because
We was right there.
you could have been waiting there. There could have been a long line because the line starts around 8:45. There's a long line to get in there. It's starting right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's starting right now because very few people are getting dropped off now. They start getting dropped off around 9
To go on.
to go on, and then that's when the traffic doubles up. So all the Ubers and shuttles and taxis are coming in between like 8:45 and 9:30.
Okay.
We got out of there before that big line happened. That's what I'm saying. He's getting geared up for what's about to be a crazy scene at that terminal. You know what I mean?
Lord.
But yeah, we beat it. We beat it.
Okay.
Because you guys, which I'm surprised you guys got off early. I actually had it in my mind that you were going to get off later because you had scooters. But then some people with scooters get off to the front of the line.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you knew that. Is there an app that you could go on to say when you want to get off or no?
No,
Like,
they
did you pick your disembarkation time, or
They gave you a
chose?
time, but when I called down there, the guy was like, if you're not going to get your luggage tag, you can just walk off between 6:45 and 7 o'clock, something like that. So
And you didn't have to get your luggage?
No, I didn't get a tag. I just pulled it on with me. I ain't go through all that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's like, if you're gonna do self
Self-disembarkation.
yeah, you can just walk off. Just beep beep, go through customs, look at the face.
Yeah, but some people also want to ask the porter to help them. And when you ask the porter to help you got to wait in line for the porter to
Yeah.
come and help you. So I didn't know that either. Sometimes groups say, I ain't pulling my luggage off this ship. I'm waiting for a porter. And if you wait for the porter,
It'll take a long time.
you might be taking another 45 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, they help people off and then they help people on.
On,
That's
okay.
what those guys do.
Yeah.
You guys ever go on that Virgin ship?
I want to go on that with no
Because
kids.
she said there's nothing for adults to do, and I'm telling you what.
Mr. Cameron, I'm just
But
the casino.
hey, listen, that and there's no way that Virgin ship is more expensive than what you paid just now.
I don't think so.
You'll never probably pay as much as you paid now.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
true.
going to be the most expensive cruise you ever went on. So even though I think the Virgin ship is more expensive, a little more expensive than Icon, it's not as expensive as what you paid.
Yeah.
It's got to be $225 a day or something like that. And then there's no buffets, all restaurants, and everything's
Everything's
included.
included, yeah.
You don't have to. They don't nickel and dime you for anything.
And internet free.
Everything is free.
Everything's
Internet,
free.
drinks,
Yep.
upscale, high-end drinks, all restaurants, no buffets. Yeah, so the only thing you pay for is excursions if you want to get off the ship. But they don't have their own island. That's the only downfall. You went to
Coco Cay?
Coco Cay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they
it was real windy, and it's about to rain. But we sat out there.
Yeah, right. They don't have Virgin doesn't have an island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, that you said, the 2 days at sea. There's nothing for adults to do. Nothing I was into. You should check out
Virgin Voyage.
Virgin. People are going on there to get tattoos. There's a tattoo parlor there. People are getting tattoos on board. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. I heard that if you get a logo V, it's free. Some people are getting just like little V's.
Just to get a free tattoo?
Just to get and because it memorizes
The cruise.
the cruise. So
Oh, okay.
it's anywhere on your body, you can get a small little custom V, and it's free, a little V. And a lot of kids are waiting in line. There's a lot of 21-year-olds and up because
Right.
you can't be under 21. You got to be 21 and over to get on that ship.
Oh, okay.
And that ship was built for adults, so it doesn't have no kid stuff on it. It's mostly all adult stuff.
Great.
So yeah, that's probably should be the next cruise you go on. I was supposed to turn there,
You can
right?
turn. Go past Family Dollar and turn the next one. Yeah, they finally done working on the street.
We were missed.
No, it was done last week. I was like, about time. Took all the barricades down.
Free still look.
All the way down
Oh.
there. They do. And it's still
Well, you ain't missed nothing here. It rained every day.
What?
Yeah, it rained
Let's
every
look
day.
at the rain.
Look at the sky. It's going to rain today too. Every day it rained this week. Just
even on Christmas.
Even at Christmas it rained, and it rains at night. In the middle of the night it's been raining.
For the tubes. There you go, Mom.
Y'all go sit down.
They trying to make their money.
On the side streets?
Trust me.
On the
Don't-
side
don't-
streets?
They be
They
work-
must
they
have
be- they-
loyal customers.
They be right down
because
there.
side street work, You know, that's local customers.
They be riding on that street.
They keep me. They is not finna take this. They just break all kind of rules around here. They ain't finna take that.
They're not
finna
gonna
take
take that. That's
Show me the best place to. Am I allowed to back up over there or no? Like, is you're friendly with those people next door?
you can back up right here. They're not coming over.
But how are you going to get the stuff in from the car? I'm saying I can back up on their driveway and come in right by the. All your stuff's got to go through that door.
No, they're going home.
Oh, okay. So I can. I'll just stay
Yeah,
here.
you stay here. Yeah, you stay here.
All right.
They is not gonna take that. And they seriously.
They know the people ain't gonna take that. Stupid. That's crazy white people. I'm sorry.
Let me catch your old boy. Go ahead. I'm just gonna say old boy. Ooh, I see trees. Two knee replacements.
Wow.
And a back. You big like ready to leave. Go ahead. I'm good. I'm just ready to rest right quick. Go ahead, baby.
Take your time. Take your time. You don't know.
I'm good. Y'all go. Just to the like, you going to the next stop.
time. He's taking it. Oh, next week. Yeah, but that's okay. It's enough time. Yeah.
When I get back, can I get some bottles?
Yeah, don't you have?
I do, but they're not nice. They're too small.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're too small for me. Can I just get some more bottles?
yeah.
I'll have two.
Yeah.
Probably can I get $50?
Yeah.
Everything good?
You?
Good.
Good.
Great ship.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ship.
Do you do another week, Sam, on this, like what they do back together?
What?
Would you do another week on this?
Honestly, if it was like the European one, where we stopped more, I don't know if we had another fun class.
You guys are going back to Fort Lauderdale Airport, right?
Yes.
And what airline?
Air Canada Terminal 2.
Okay. Are you from Montreal?
Unfortunately.
I lived in Montreal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I lived in on Almer Street, right off St. Catharines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a girlfriend that went to McGill, so when she was in school, I went to go live with her up there back in the early 90s.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I was from New York at the time, so it was very similar.
It's a good place.
Except they gave me a hard time when I was on St. Catherine Street to go get some brisket. They were kind of refusing me because I didn't speak French. But other than the dismissal behavior because I couldn't speak their language, other than that, it was great.
Yeah, it hasn't changed. It's just got worse.
Just don't like the cold.
She walked me down that street the next day, and this girl spoke like 3 languages. She was Greek, but she spoke fluent French, and she yelled at them in front of all their customers, and said, "He's staying with me for 6 months, and he's coming here every morning for brisket because I told him to. And the fact that you don't serve him means that you're not serving me because he's my guest from America." And finally, they apologized, and every time I went in there, they didn't speak to me, but they gave me a fake smile, and then they served me the brisket.
They're revolting because I actually do speak English, but they're very anti-American. If you speak with an American accent, they don't care. They won't speak to you. We South Africans, we sound English and we sound non-American, and they'll break their teeth to speak to us in English.
Did you hear it? You were on the ship. Maybe you didn't hear. Did you hear that our president suggested that that Canada become a 51st state?
Not a bad idea.
And they said, but listen, and then they're saying that the there's ministers right now that are visiting Palm Beach from the Trudeau cabinet,
Yeah.
and they're saying it doesn't matter what those ministers say because those ministers are going to get voted out of office when Trudeau gets voted on. So it doesn't matter what's going on in Palm Beach right now because those
His government's collapsing.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Soon.
Well, he wants to get Wayne Gretzky to replace him.
Yeah, I saw that.
I love Trump, man.
He's a
I
character.
love how he thinks outside the box.
Enjoyable, like we love reading his tweets.
And not only that, I don't use Twitter, but I just love that. I grew up with Trump because I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that that he makes his own rules, and he plays by the book. You know what I mean? Within the rules, he makes his own.
He's a character.
And that's a pretty impressive thing, you know, to go through life like that. Like, here's the rules I can operate in, but I'm going to push the limit to that rule. You know, and that's why, you know, he filed for bankruptcy plenty of times with his businesses, because if he started a building and it wasn't going the way he wanted to, he would tell the developers, and he would tell, well, he was the developer, he would tell the gangsters that were running the concrete business, if you don't play ball with me right now, I'm filing for bankruptcy and this project goes like this. And he got them all in line because they knew he would file for bankruptcy, and the whole project would stop, and the money that they were guaranteed they would never get. He was notorious for that, and he's doing the same thing to other countries now by saying, if you don't play ball with America, we're going to tariff you. So in a way, he was doing the same thing back then in the 80s to the concrete companies that were you know, holding his business ransom. Like, we're not going to finish your building unless you pay us more. And he'd say, oh, that's okay, I won't finish the building, I'll file for bankruptcy. It's all investor money anyway, it won't even bother me. And they believed him, whether it was true or not, just like he's doing with the other countries, saying, if you don't pay this tariff, we might do this, right? So, yeah, I think Canada's in for a harder time if they don't play ball with Trump. You know, yeah, they're in for a harder time. And in reality, you are paying too much taxes.
Oh, yeah.
In reality, there is a lot of medical fraud because of the accessibility to medical care there. And the last thing I'll say about this is the reason why JFK Jr. is so popular in this country is because people realize that the answer isn't more medical benefits and cheaper and free medical, it's healthier lifestyle. Because most of the conditions that people are going to see the doctor for, and why the doctors in this country are wealthy, in your country they're not, but the doctors in this country have boats and live on the water over here. You know, they're like some of the wealthiest people in our country are their doctors. And all they do is write prescriptions. That's all they do. A lot of them don't operate. They're not they're medical doctors, but they're not surgeons, right? You think surgeons would make the most? No. It's the ones that write the most prescriptions. And so, in reality, if JFK is going to revamp our medical industry and our healthcare industry, I think in the long run, less people will rely on healthcare. And in that case, it's a better route to go than just try to offer everybody free healthcare, because they're going to think that we're giving it to them, so they must need it. If the idea is telling them that they don't need health care, you just need a healthier lifestyle. Of course, there's exceptions when you're sick and when you're, you know, have, you know, serious illnesses and stuff. But that's not what most people in America are going to see the doctor about. They're going to see the doctor about high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, and all kinds of mental disorders, kind of, or, you know, and that, a lot of that has to do with how they're eating and their lifestyle. So I'm excited for the next 4 years and beyond, because I believe that this 4 years in America are going to be so good that whoever replaces Trump will be just as good, and then that trend will keep going, hopefully. He has to really mess up for his people not to stay in power, right? That's what I think, right? Vance or whoever wants to take his place, if he does the right thing and you know, does what he promises, yeah. I mean, did you hear about that? Did you hear about that illegal immigrant that burned the lady on the train?
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on now.
In New York.
Yeah, the lady burned alive and nobody helped her. Nobody helped her, and you know why? Yeah, you know why nobody helped her? Because did you hear about the Marine that killed the guy on the train with a chokehold that they were trying to put in prison?
Just vindicated.
Yes, he was vindicated. He got found not guilty, and Trump is all celebrating him and bringing him to football games, and Trump is probably going to be helping him and his family because he had to pay for a lawyer, and you know, and that's the right thing to do is stick up for people in life. But if you're worried about you might get in trouble for sticking up for people, that's what happened. The person died on the train. Nobody went up to help her. It was obvious that this guy was doing that. He was a sick man messing with the lighter in front of her. Somebody should have tackled him. He took a lighter out and he was brandishing it in front of people. But because people are scared they're going to get in trouble because of that prosecutor in New York the same one that pretty much tried to put Trump in prison. Alvin Bragg, his name is, right? Same guy. So his career is probably going to be over soon. You know, his yeah. What? He was from Guatemala, and not only that, he lived in a homeless shelter, and the guy that he was living with in the homeless shelter says all he did was drink and smoke K2. And then they had last night I looked on the internet what K2 is. K2 is a synthetic marijuana that's legal in gas stations. And I don't know what it is, but it's very, very bad for you. It's like, it makes you psychotic. It's called K2. It's like a synthetic. Oh, you know what it is? It's potpourri. What's it called? What's that stuff that women use to make stuff smell? Potpourri? It's potpourri. They're smoking potpourri. And they put chemicals in it, and they're calling it K2. And he's buying it at gas stations in New York, smoking it and drinking, and whatever, hanging out on the subway, probably looking to do something wrong and illegal. Maybe he's a thief, who knows? It wasn't working. And he had a psychotic episode because he was drunk and he was on K2. Yeah, I mean, the average New Yorker...
was just a traveler on the map, right?
Yeah, they don't even know the identity of this woman yet. All they have is her teeth. They have nothing left. They don't even know who she is. Nobody came forward and said that she's missing, so they think she might be homeless, living on the train or just traveling on the train. Yeah.
There's a lot that needs to change.
What time did it happen? Is it like
I don't know. But yeah, I would love to see. I would love, obviously it's not, Canada's not going to become a 51 state, but it would be nice if they had the same passport, if we had the same passport as you, if we had the same money, and then we had open trade. So then that way there'd be no nonsense with tariffs and stuff. Your taxes would go down, our energy would go down, because you have a lot of energy that we wouldn't be tariffing each other. The car industries would be better, because they decide where they're going to make cars, where they're going to assemble them, where they're going to import them. So I believe I heard somebody the other day talking about it. Somebody's very smart, and he said, yeah, it's never. You guys are always going to own your own land. You're always going to be Canadian. You're always going to, have your own culture. What could happen is the economic part of our countries would be the same, and the travel restrictions and the energy and tariffs would be disappeared. So we would be able to travel from New York, from LaGuardia to Dorval Airport, just as easy as I'm going to New York and you're going to. It would be just as easy. No customs, right? No customs, yeah. Your facial recognition, it would be in our computers, and our facial recognition would be yours. So that would handle the travel part. One passport, one currency. Probably the dollar will probably be better, because you'll get more for the dollar, I believe, than you will with the Canadian money. I think your dollar in the long run will be worth more. Yeah. It'll always go up and down, but in the long run, especially if the Trump tax cuts and everything that he wants to do is going to make the dollar much stronger. Our economy is going to go on fire in the next couple of years, and the interest rates are going to go down, and everybody's going to want to buy property here. From all over the world, people are going to come to South Florida and all the popular places in our country and buy real estate. Yeah, but the interest rates are still high. Yeah. They're just buying now because they know it's going to be lower. So the wealthy people are buying now because they just know all the property is going to get scooped up. Yeah. But the average, everyday, middle-class person that decides to make a move, which they're moving to Florida more than any other state, really, in this country. In our country, Florida and Texas, I believe, are the number one and number two where people are moving. Yeah. Once those interest rates come down and people can afford mortgages, all the real estate's going to go up. Yeah, so it's a good time to be thinking these big, bold ideas, I think, So yeah, very, very exciting to be American these days.
It's good.
Yeah.
It is exciting.
Mm-hmm. And exciting to be a Floridian, because we do not have, unlike where you live.
You've got no state taxes.
Wow, you're an educated Canuck. Congratulations, nice to hear. I like that. Yes, we have no state We have no state income tax, which means that all the money that I make, I keep. I don't have to give any of it to Florida. None. All I have to do is worry about at the end of the year giving it to the government. But if you know corporate law, which Donald Trump knows great, and you know about corporations and limited liability corporations and DBAs, if you know about all that, sole proprietorship, all of that's available in Florida, which makes you a person that is really a corporation.
Right.
And if you're a corporation, everything you consume is consumed under your corporation. And since you're allowed to write off corporate expenditures on your taxes, literally everything to be written off. That's why they say the rich don't pay taxes in America. It's because the rich usually are incorporated amongst themselves, and they don't live in a state that has a state income tax. That's why Elon Musk moved to Texas. And all the big media companies now, if they're really popular and making good money, they're leaving California and going to states like North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Florida would be the top 4, which we don't have any state income tax. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
How long have you been living in Florida?
I moved here, I left New York in 1990 to go to school in Orlando. And in 1992, I planned to go back to New York, and I was so infatuated with the lifestyle in Orlando that I never left Orlando. I stayed there, I worked for a couple of years, and then everybody in Orlando, when they vacation, where do you think they come? They come down here. So when I started vacationing in Orlando and coming to Miami and Fort Lauderdale, I said, as much as I like Orlando, I like Fort Lauderdale and Miami better. I love being by the beach. I love being by the highway. I love the lifestyle here. It's richer and more culture and more capitalistic, and that was more Disney oriented and more kid oriented. And if you live out in Orlando, you're dealing with lakes and not the ocean. You're dealing with alligators. You're not really swimming the way you do here. A lot of mosquitoes. So the lifestyle was great from New York, coming from New York, but it wasn't great once you live here. So now I've been here since 1994. I lived 2 years in Orlando, so 92 to 94, and then I've been in South Florida since 94. Yeah.
And it's getting busier.
Oh, every year. Now what they're doing is they're knocking down office buildings and they're building rental apartments. So office buildings are no longer being built, and the office buildings that are built, they're knocking down because it's too expensive to convert an office building into an apartment. Because every apartment needs a bathroom, and in an office building it's not laid out that way. No kitchen plumbing and all. You can't run plumbing from the 15th floor all the way down. So it takes so much effort to convert an office building into an apartment, and we have such good contractors here, probably some of the best in the world, because we're building on sand. So the foundation and the hurricane codes and the foundational requirements of building down here are some of the most stringent in the world. Because we're on coral here, we're at sea level. They have to really go down deep to build a foundation for a building. So they knock down that building, they keep the foundation, and then they build an apartment building. So that's what's going on now. Everything is apartments. Yeah. Yeah, and the highways are all getting redone. All these highways are getting expanded as much as possible, right up to people's homes and right up to businesses. There's no more center median. Now it's just a concrete wall. This is all new. Concrete wall. There's more construction for an on-ramp right there on the highway. Everywhere you look, you're going to see a crane in Florida, South Florida, everywhere. If the crane is not working on a highway project, which it is, that crane is working on the highway project, I'll point out 5 other ones before we get to the airport. It'll just be mostly rentals, big rental buildings going up. I'll show you. We'll see some right now. There's some more cranes over there. That's probably still highway over there. Yeah. There's another crane over here. They're putting the wall. They're dumping concrete right now. This is all new. Hasn't even been occupied yet. See that building? Yeah. Hasn't been open. I saw them build it. All of this is empty right here. People are just moving in. This is not even built. This is not even built yet. You see? These were churches. These were churches and colleges. They knocked down the college and the church. Look at the cranes. Yeah. That's the beach over there. That line of buildings is the ocean. That's the Atlantic Ocean right there, yeah. So this is all major. There's an on-ramp they're building right here. They're building an overpass. This is all going to go, that's going to be another highway going up. There's the highway going up. Yeah.
It's good to see.
Yeah. Yeah, big time construction, big time infrastructure. A lot of it is it's half the government. The governor, like DeSantis, tells the government that they're in need of Department of Transportation funds, and then they come up with the budget, and then they have to match it. So if they say they need $1 billion, Department of Transportation says, okay, if you come up with the other $1 billion, we'll give you the $1 billion. And these are long-term projects, 8-year projects, 10-year projects. And when you look at tourism and you look at where people, they look at the census, you know what a census is? Census is where they project people are going to move to and where they're going to move out. And they try to be proactive and try to figure out if people are moving here, we need to update the infrastructure because that's the trend. So the trend is people moving here, they were hip to it, and they've been working on the infrastructure here for many, many years. Matter of fact, you know who Richard Branson is, right? Richard Branson owns Virgin Air, right? Virgin Atlantic and a bunch of other companies, space companies and Virgin Records. Well, if you look to the left, you're going to see a train that we just passed. That's the train tracks that go up and down the East Coast. Richard Branson put another train track next to it and built a train, which is the fastest train in North America, called the Bright Line. And that train goes from Miami to Fort Lauderdale to Boca to Palm Beach to Orlando. And it's a high-speed train. It's the only one we have. So if you look, I saw a train pass a minute ago. But throughout this ride, because we're driving north now, and there's a train track where you might see the train. It's a yellow bullet train. Really, it's the fastest train in America. He actually brought it from Europe and assembled it here and is running this business now called Brightline. You know, he's into transportation, right? Richard Branson is into airplanes.
So that's his. Okay.
It's his, yeah. It's
in the Brightline trains.
Oh, you saw them? Okay. Yeah, so that's the Tri-Rail train. So that train, right next to that track, is the Brightline track. So Richard Branson leased the land on the other side of that track and then had to buy all the real estate from Palm Beach to Orlando and knock down houses and knock down everything to make that track go to Orlando, because he wants us to be able to take the train to Disney World and he wants them to be able to take the train to Miami Port.
And how quick is it to get to?
It's 3.5 hours. It's the same distance as it is to drive. So if I drive at 80 miles an hour from here, it'll take 3.5 hours. I don't have to stop because I have a big gas tank. A small car would have to stop for gas. Well, the train doesn't stop either, but it's going about the same speed as a car. Look, that train was going about the same speed, maybe a little slower. The Brightline is faster. So once it hits Palm Beach, it doesn't stop until it gets to Orlando. So it goes from Miami, and actually they just put another stop in North Miami, which is Aventura, which is one of the best malls in our country. That's where they put a stop there. It's called Aventura Mall. So now there's a stop in North Miami, and they might add some more stops. It's a big deal to add a train station. So, but right now they have Miami, which is downtown, which a lot of people from Orlando and from Boca, they take the train to downtown Miami, and then they take an Uber, or they ask me to pick them up at the Brightline station to bring them to the port. But there is a train track. There is a train track that goes to the port that they used to use to bring goods on and off ships, and now they use only 18-wheeler trains. But something happened and they stopped, they use 18-wheeler trucks. Something happened and they stopped using the train many, many years ago. I don't know why. And that track is all falling apart. Richard Branson wants to fix that track and make the last stop to Port Miami. So he wants his train but the infrastructure project would have to be amazing for that to happen. You're looking at a multi-year, there's the train, see it? You're looking at it, see there's another track next to it. So before there's always been only one track, and now there's two, and the Brightline is right after it. And it flies by that. So that might be going 50 miles an hour. The Brightline does 80 miles an hour, 85 miles an hour. Yeah, it's very fast.
So wait, so the other train is in front of the port, or is it just on the other side?
No, there was always one track, and Richard Branson built a whole new track right next to it. So he leased the land here, but to get the there's not a track from Palm Beach to Orlando. He had to, get a helicopter literally and like look at all the land that he could buy, and that he could. I think eminent. You know what eminent domain is? That means America can take your land if it's in the public good. So they threaten these people and say you need to sell us your home, and they give them more than the house is worth. But you could put up a fight and take them to court, but then you got to pay for a lawyer. So a lot of people say my house is worth $300,000, $400,000. They want to give me $600,000. I'm going to take it because otherwise I have to fight it, and you're probably going to lose because that eminent domain law says that for the public good we need your land, and they don't want to hurt you. They try not to commit harm, and they justify that by just giving you money, thinking that's going to solve your problems, which it doesn't always solve your problems. But that's the way America works. The government is powerful, obviously. So they looked at all the property, like from a helicopter or a satellite, and said, "How are we going to get this train track from Palm Beach to Orlando?" And they did it. It doesn't go straight. It goes like this. For whatever reason, they had to buy certain properties, and certain properties they weren't able to buy. Probably a big office building they couldn't buy. They went around it, and they had, and a train can't make sharp turns, right? So a train has to go like the highway. It has to go like this. Yeah. So, but they got it working. It just opened about a year ago. I think it's $80 for an adult and $30 for a kid to go from Palm Beach to Orlando. Yeah. So that would be a tri-rail station right there. The tri-rail is the local train that you take to go to work. That just goes back and forth if you want to take the train to work. No luggage, just you on a train. Yeah, and that's probably cheap. That's probably $10 to take it every day or something. Yeah.
Where is the train in Orlando?
It goes to downtown Orlando, Church Street Station. Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to taking it one day. I have no desire to go to Orlando, but I would like to go on that train. They have a first class ticket, and then they have a coach ticket. And the first class ticket has bigger seats, it's nicer, and it also gives you free food and free drinks, and they serve alcohol for free. And when you go check into the station, if you have the app, it gives you the square barcode, and the door opens, and inside that VIP room, you have all free food and drinks based on the time of day. So, because I have taken it from Fort Lauderdale to Miami when I got to conduct business, shuttle business. The Miami Code Enforcement and Permit Department is in downtown Miami. So sometimes I do take it from Fort Lauderdale to Miami, and I do take the first class ticket for $28. And on the app, it opens up a door, and it's got lounges with TVs, and it has, if it's breakfast time, it has free breakfast and mimosa. If it's lunchtime, it has sandwiches with crackers and grapes and drinks. And then if it's dinner time, it has little sliders and onion rings and stuff. So they change the food based on the time of day that you're traveling, and it's free. And you can buy that food if you're in the regular section of the terminal, and if you're in the regular car on the train. But if you're in the first car or the second car, it's considered a first class, business class. You pay more. That way, when the I don't know what they're called, hostess, stewardess, whatever it's just like a plane. They have a cart, and they wheel the cart in between, and they ask you, "Sir, would you like anything?" And they just give it to you, no tip, no nothing, and it's free. So it's amazing. It's amazing that they offer that, because I find that fascinating. I actually look forward to going down there, because for that 40-minute drive, I'm just give me another mimosa, I'll take it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. This is all brand new here. This is all used to be a theme park, and this is all brand new rentals and a brand new strip mall, brand new everything in here. Yeah. This is all getting redeveloped here by the Fort Lauderdale Airport. Spirit Airlines is building Terminal 5 right now, and Spirit Airlines moved from New Jersey. Their hub moved from New Jersey to here during the pandemic, because they know it's probably better to do business in Florida than New Jersey. And now we have a Terminal 5. They're building a Terminal 5, which is going to be all Spirit, yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of Canadian passengers.
Okay, I'm sure.
Yeah, lots.
Especially this
You guys fly Flair Airlines too, right? Isn't that
Yes.
your airline?
Yeah.
I know, because you have to be Canadian to fly Flair, right?
Seriously?
I think so, right? Doesn't
know.
Flair only go to and from Canada?
It does.
Right. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I mean, not that many Americans visit Canada, but so I'm assuming everyone I'm picking up from Flair is Canadian.
Most likely.
Yeah, not that they left to go on vacation in Canada from here. And, you know, very few Americans go to Canada. Yeah.
This time,
Yeah, I mean, I know, because I don't drop off at Flair. I only return people to Flair. Yeah.
Is Fort Lauderdale a big
It's getting bigger. It's not as big as Miami. It's the second biggest airport in Florida. Then Orlando, which is called MCO, that would be the third. We have a tiny airport in Palm Beach called Palm Beach International that has a couple of airlines, but that's really small.
That's where Trump lands.
That's Trump's yeah, it's Trump's airport. He keeps his helicopter there, and he keeps his 2 planes there. He's got a small plane and a big plane at Palm Beach Airport. It's called PVI.
Is that where Mar-a-Lago is?
Yeah, Palm Beach is 15 minutes from the airport, because the airport, Palm Beach Airport, it's very interesting. This airport is right off the highway, right? Like, there's the airport, we're getting off, right? And Palm Beach Airport is right off the highway too. And Trump lives pretty much on the beach. So as you can see, I mean, we're you know, look how close the beach is, right? So Palm Beach Airport is, you know, it probably says it. It's got to be somewhere like right around here somewhere. Yeah. So Palm Beach Airport's it's close. See Palm Beach Airport? See, so it's just the same thing. Palm Beach Airport's a mile from the beach, and then Fort Lauderdale is a mile.
Have you ever seen Trump?
Not in person, no. I've seen his plane plenty of times. I've never seen it. And I've been to Mar-a-Lago. Yes, because he owns a big golf course in Miami called Doral, and he plays golf, and he has a club in Mar-a-Lago with a small golf course that his members play on. And when the weather is bad up there and people are dying to play golf, he tells them that if you're a member in Mar-a-Lago, I'll get you down to Doral for free if it's not raining in Doral. So since West Miami is so far from Palm Beach, the weather is drastically different. It could be raining here and not raining there, or raining there and not raining here. So I don't know if it goes the other way around. If you're playing Doral, you don't got an invitation to go to Mar-a-Lago. But if you're a country club member of Mar-a-Lago and it's raining, they give you a complimentary 18 holes at Doral, but you have to pay for your own transportation. And there's a list of shuttles companies that you can hire, and I'm on that list. So I charge them $600.
That's great.
Because I have to bring their golf clubs, and the golf clubs can't lay down. The golf clubs got to be stacked up, and I have to bungee cord the golf clubs in the trailer. So you have to have a trailer, and it's a long drive. It's a 2-hour drive. It's 2 hours. Yeah, from Mar-a-Lago to Doral is 2 hours. So for that 2-hour drive, I charge $600. Yeah. And they're happy to pay it. Is it snowing in Montreal now?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to Colorado in February to snowboarding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I look forward to these months now. You know, yeah. It's way too hot here. That's the worst thing about Florida is the heat. You know, I can't think of anything bad about it. I don't complain about anything. I only complain about the 9 months of the year where it's too hot. You don't want to be here.
I'd rather take the heat on and cold.
See, I'm the opposite. I'd rather keep warm than keep cool. I'm the opposite, yeah. But I was born. Where were you born?
South Africa.
And what's the weather like there?
Beautiful.
Right, exactly. So you have Caribbean blood.
Yeah.
I know you're not from the Caribbean, but people that have that kind of bloodline, they can thrive in the heat. And people that are European and New Yorkers, no, we thrive. Not that we thrive in the cold. We don't thrive in the heat. The heat affects us in a negative way. Yeah. Yeah. To me, I don't know if it's depression. It's just my heart rate in the heat. My heart rate just beats because I just get over anxious. I can't keep cool. I'm sweating all the time because I drink a lot of water. And it's just very uncomfortable. This weather, to me, right now, I love this weather now that it's overcast. Because if it wasn't overcast, it would be 80 degrees right now. If there was no clouds, it would probably be 75 to 80 degrees. But right now, it's probably 70 something now. Maybe not in the high 70s. It's probably in the mid 70s, only because there's no sun.
Have you been in a hurricane?
Oh, sure. Yeah. The worst one that I've been was in 2005, Wilma. And I had some roof damage. I had to get a new roof. Wilma was the worst one in my time here. That was in 2000. I bought my house in 2003, and I remember 2 years after I bought my house, the hurricane hit and it damaged the roof. Actually, believe it or not, like I was telling him, that our codes are unbelievable now. Like right now, I have a metal roof. All right, so the metal roof is hurricane proof. The reason why the roofs come off is because the roofs are like this, right? And once one is a loose one gets the wind, right? Once the first one goes, the other one is on top of it, and then the whole roof goes. So it's not. And what happened was my neighbor's roof hit my roof, like his tile. He had an old roof. His tile came off and hit my roof, loosened up one of my tiles, a little tile like that. Once that tile goes, it's like a domino effect. But the metal roofs are long sheets of metal that are kind of crimped together. So you can go up there and bang it with a hammer. You're allowed to walk on it with the motor. A lot of people in Florida clean their roofs and pressure clean them. And when you walk on the tiles, they're cemented down. So they're getting away from that now. So now the best thing is the metal roof. It is the most expensive roof to have. A lot of people don't like the look, but I got mine maybe 15 years ago, and you're never going to have a problem with a metal roof. So that's the first thing. Second thing is we have hurricane windows here, which are two-plane kind of bulletproof windows. If the fire department needs to break into the house, the fire department uses a chainsaw to get through the window. They cut an X with the chainsaw, and then they use the sledgehammer to go in. So all of our windows to code have to be that way now, right? So then now you're looking at the windows pretty much bulletproof, the roof bulletproof, the houses are all concrete, unlike in North Carolina and these other houses that are floating around in the water. Our houses are built on concrete foundations, they're all cinder block. So now the hurricane can't knock down concrete. So now what's the weak link? I mean, the door. So, and if the electricity goes out, most people in my neighborhood, because we live out east, we have natural gas. And natural gas enables you to have a hot water heater that's gas. So now even if the electricity goes out, you could still have hot water because the gas never goes out because the gas is underground. And some people, I don't have one, but I want to buy one, is a gas standby generator where if the electricity goes off, and sometimes they shut it off on purpose because they're scared of the lines coming down. If the electricity goes off, within seconds, this standby generator on the side of your house goes on, and then that powers your house. So I don't have one of those because the electricity doesn't go off in my neighborhood very rarely, because I live next to a hospital, and the hospital electricity. Yeah, I'm on the best grid, so they never shut my electric off because I'm on the hospital's grid. And if the electricity's not right, they fix it right away. So I don't have that issue. Yeah, but most houses here, and most everything they build here, that's why we always have beautiful windows. If you ever look at the windows we have here, very beautiful windows, because those windows are all hurricane-proof windows. Double pane, hurricane-proof. Yeah, so if you throw a bottle or a rock at it, the first one cracks, but the other one behind it doesn't crack. There's a little space in between. It's a space in between. So you crack the first one, the second one stays solid.
It's like the airplane.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So when it comes to the hurricanes, all it is a rainstorm with a lot of wind. That's how I look at it. And we're not fazed by it, really. I don't think so. What does the most damage is if you live in a low-lying area. We have a high tide sometime, and if it's a full moon and it's a high tide, it's called a king tide. And if it's a king tide, sometimes the water comes out of the sewer and it floods the street, because our sewers go into the canals. The sewers that are in the street, they go into the canals because it's rainwater, so it's clean. They consider it clean water, not toilet water, but the rainwater, the drains that are in the street, that water goes to the canal. So if the canal goes up because of the high tide, then the water goes up and out of the drain in the street, and then all of a sudden you see fish and seaweed in the street. So that's if you live in a street that does that, that's bad. My street's not like that, but some people buy houses, that happens, and then they immediately put the house for sale, and the next person doesn't know, because it's very hard to know that. You know, you would only know that if it's a king tide, and you look out your front door. Is there a flood outside your front door? But luckily I don't have that problem. Yeah, they're getting into that a little bit over here. Yeah, some people have solar on top of their roof. Yeah. Yeah, well, if you notice, but listen, I bet you our gas, our petrol, our fuel is a lot cheaper than yours, right? Our gas right now is $2.50.
Because we have the high taxes.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. $2.50. It hasn't been that low since Trump was in office, and it's already $2.50, and he's not even in office yet. So it's going to be a lot lower. You said Air Canada, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be this door or that door.
Thanks,
All right, you're welcome. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. You guys are middle-aged. When you're middle-aged, is a good time to think of changing it up. That's what I say. You know what I mean? I say, why live and die in the same spot when you can, after you're middle-aged, you can change your whole life. And this is a great place to be. You know that. That's why you're here. Just be careful when you get out. You don't hit your head on this. Look at it. See this?
Thank you so much. Thanks for everything.
Ça va. Oui, bien. Buongiorno, 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 bonjour, ça va.